have chosen English as my main discipline area for my career as a teacher. I have always enjoyed all areas of secondary school English, particularly the discussion of real-world issues. I wish to be a mentor to the next generation, teaching them to face an ever-changing world. My main goal and philosophy for teaching is to understand my students' needs and what they wish to get out of their schooling, then do the best I can to help them achieve their goals in an increasingly technological age. Throughout assessment this semester, we have been using Matthew Kohler and Punya Mishra's TPAC model for the integration of teaching and technology. From the use of this model and also the SAMR model for technological integration, I can reflect on the capabilities of ICT in the classroom. From my experience in the 3 assessment tasks, I believe that ICT can work as an assessment tool. For instance, using technology to augment the task, such as with a multimodal presentation, or using technology to modify the task by asking students to present their findings on a topic through an online discussion space such as Edmodo. However, during the course, I came to believe that technology can also be integrated to enhance the learning and revising of content knowledge. The final layer of the SAMR model redefinition is made possible most often when it is considered as an option for all areas of pedagogy. These observations demonstrate the strong connection between effective pedagogy and content knowledge and technology. Regarding my discipline area, I believe ICT can be used to teach a lot of English content and also to give students the opportunity to demonstrate their knowledge and skills in all 3 main areas of learning outlined by the Australian curriculum: language, literature, and literacy. ICT is already used in many areas of the subject, so I already have many examples to follow. However, I plan to extend its current use to the final layer of the SAMR model more often, through careful planning and consideration of the TPAC model. The first assessment task focuses on skills of curation through the medium of Pinterest. I believe it was a good task to begin the course. It was a bit confusing at first, as it wasn't what I initially expected from a university assessment piece. Nevertheless, I was lucky to have a good team of my peers, and we worked well together to figure out the requirements of the task. We split the Pinterest board into 5 sections, and we all worked individually to curate online resources. From this experience, I will take forward the skills of researching and picking out resources effective for what is required by the curriculum. We were a bit disappointed with the grades at first. We were all generally high achievers, so expected more. But for our first major assessment piece at university, I think we achieved fairly well. This task presented a new challenge as it required us to create an assessment piece using ICT. However, by discovering and utilizing the online platform of Wikia.com, we were able to complete the task with relatively little struggle. The skills required for this task were that of collaboration. It seems fitting now that I am reflecting on it, as it was during this task that my group really collaborated well together. We communicated more and worked together better now that we all knew each other better and knew the course better as well. This improvement showed, with our grades in both parts rising to the 6s. I learnt the value of communities of practice in relation to creating assessment. Speaking to teachers from various vastly different circumstances will mean that insights can be shared. Thus, the final assessment piece created for students will be as finely tuned to the needs of students as possible. Finally, we refined our skills in creation, specifically that of a microlesson. I wasn't directly involved in creating the microlesson, as the division of work meant I worked on the presentation. However, due to the teamwork skills formed in past tasks, our work intertwined a lot, so I was still able to have some experience in creating the microlesson, though my work was limited mostly to planning. Instead, I had the opportunity to practice presenting a task to a large group, and although assigning a task to students would be vastly different to giving a speech to my peers, it is still a useful experience. This task showed me the benefits of microlessons in certain contexts, but also the disadvantages, as there will always be content best taught in a more thorough, detailed way. I found it a bit frustrating to have so much you want to tell the students, but only 5 minutes to do it in, that is, when using the free version of Powtoon. In my future lessons, I will keep in mind the benefits and sometimes disadvantages of communities of practice and using ICT technologies to create microlessons. ICT tools are most effective in the hands of those who know how to utilize them to their full potential. This is evident in the improvement of my team's academic progress throughout the semester. As we learnt more about various different ICT technologies, not only did we become more familiar with the technologies themselves, but also with the method of familiarization itself. This is why I have chosen to utilize the platform of Prezi for this final presentation, as I have the most experience with it and find it the easiest and most effective tool. On the other hand, I chose a digital portfolio over an essay to gain more experience in voiceover as a tool. Such a skill opens the door to various pedagogical theories, such as flipped classrooms. Overall, I believe in this day and age, one cannot hope to exclude ICT from teaching. So it is important to prepare for an internet-age classroom by becoming familiar with as many ICT tools as possible. They have some disadvantages, such as limited access without payment, sometimes tricky platforms for first-time users, and the possibility of tech failures on the day of a lesson. However, these setbacks can be managed, and I believe ICT integrated technology is the best road to the future.